In this video, I'm going to talk about cleaning up your plan sheets. So take a look at my cover sheet, and I went ahead and created some text here, and this is just regular text editing. So I said cover sheet, and my project name is Valencia Estates, and it's in Orange County, Florida. So I put that on my site plan, my grading and drainage. I also updated my tab down here. Instead of saying paving, grading, and drainage, it just says grading and drainage. So I've got that updated, and take a note to my plan and profile. So my plan and profile sheet say road 1, and it tells you from station to station. So it's basically starting at station 10+00 and ending at 1629. All right, and then profile 2 is for road 2, plan and profile road 2, and it goes from the station of the beginning down here to the station ending over here. Now the other thing that I want to talk about is sometimes you'll get cover sheets and we'll want to update this information. Well, this is a block editor, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the block, and I'm going to type in B-edit. When that happens, it's going to pull up this, and I'm going to edit the D-size block editor. It was originally a D-size sheet, which is a 24×36, but I changed it to an 11×17. So I'm going to click OK. Now, when I did that, what I'm going to change is the project name. I'm changing mine to Valencia Estates. Okay? Now, it's not going to allow me to modify that because these are all attribute tabs. So I can sometimes enter a specific value. Let me see here. So I'm going to say Valencia Estates and see if it updates. Notice that it doesn't update because it is an attribute. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to explode this. I'm going to go ahead and just change this into text. And the height is, if I go to the Home tab, the Annotate tab, and I click on Text, I'm going to pick a corner, and I'm going to say, leaving the height as is, I'm going to go like that. So I'm going to say Valencia Estates 1880 South. I'm going to change the text height in a minute. Kirkman, can't spell today, Road, Orange County. Wow, I really can't spell today. Florida, 32881. All right. My computer got stuck. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to 0.05. because that's what this size text was 0.0575. So I'll change to 0.0575. Okay, and I'll pull this out. I'm going to go ahead and delete these. I'm going to move this over. And I'm just using regular AutoCAD here. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this because, again, it's attributes. If I had brought these in as true attributes, it would be fine, but I already had these set up. So I'm just kind of cleaning up the drawing at this part. And I just copied the text, and I'm moving the text. Now, if you have a big name, you might need to change the size of the text or give it a modified name. You could also change it to a project number. So I'm just going to pull that down, turn my ortho on, and down. Now, the date that you're going to put on here is whatever date you wish. I'm just going to go ahead and put today's date on there. We usually put the date that we start the project or the design on here. Sometimes we'll put the final date of the approved plans, sometimes not. And our scale is going to be typically 1 inch equals 50 feet. And I'm going to just move this over. Now, each set of plans doesn't have to be specifically 1 inch equals 50 feet, but for this one I am doing 1 inch equals 50 feet. The other thing is we can put the name of the firm, and I just copied that. So we can say Valencia College Engineering and Survey Consultants. Okay, and you can do something like that. You can give it any name you wish. Now the other thing that's going to be on here is the sheet numbers, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to make a first let me copy this from the end point here to the midpoint here. And I'm going to bring this back. Now you can make this up however you wish. Usually we call it sheet 1 of, so we'll have sheet 1 of whichever. So we can go 1 of 1, 1 of 2, how many ever we wish. So I'm just going to do perpendicular here. And now I'm going to copy this, and I'm not going to put any text here because this needs to be updated per each tab. So I don't want to put text on here. I'll put text on here in Paperspace. So I'm going to go ahead on this part. I'm going to go ahead and click on the block editor tab and say save block. And I'm going to close the block editor. Now, what it should do is go ahead and update all the information here. Now, because the block has already been updated here, I'm going to have to explode this to get it to be cleaned up. Now, I need to pull this down. I completely forgot, and I'm going to delete that. This needs to be moved down to here. Okay, so if I go to the site plan, you'll have to do this each time. You're going to explode because it originally was a block and now it's not. It's just individual text. So this is just kind of generic. So I'm going to go to the page. Oops, I forgot to delete this. So I'm going to go here, explode. So I'm going to let you finish this up, and what I mean by stating sheet numbers is I could change this general text and move it and say, okay, this is sheet 3, and move this up. And I'm gonna match, MA for match, this text size to that text size. That's actually a little smaller than I wanted. I'm gonna do 1, 2. I'm gonna move this and get it orientated. F8, turn my orthos off, and copy this. Now the sheet numbers might not be, and turn my ortho back on just to get it in line. And there could be 20 sheets in here, but we're only doing a few sheets for this project. I don't like how that text size height is, so I'm going to do 0.18. Oh, that's line dimension. 0.18 is the text. 0.1. So I like 0.1 a little bit better. Now, this just gives you an idea of page, how it'll typically look. All right, so that's what it needs to look like when you have a final plan. If you have revisions, you can put revisions in here and you can modify the sheet. So we're going to leave this as is. The other thing that's on these sheets that, for example, the paving, grading, and drainage would be a legend. And I don't have that set up right now, so I'm not going to worry so much about that. If we have time before the end of the semester, I'll get you a legend and you can print that and put that in also. That's it for this video.